What if humans stopped aging, but could still die? This is a question from someone who probably thinks this sounds like good news, and at first, it is. If humans suddenly stopped aging, no one would get older. Your body would stay exactly the way it is right now. No wrinkles, no weaker bones, no slow decay. Just paused. You could still die, of course. Accidents, diseases, violence, all of that still works. You're not immortal. You're just not aging anymore. So for the first few years, the world would celebrate. Hospitals would empty out. Age-related diseases would disappear almost overnight. Retirement would become optional. People in their 80s would feel like they're 30 again, because biologically, they are. Life expectancy would skyrocket. Not because people are invincible, but because one very reliable cause of death has been removed. Old age is responsible for most deaths on Earth. Take it away, and suddenly dying becomes difficult. But the Earth hasn't gotten any bigger. Every year, around 140 million people are born. Normally, roughly the same number die. That balance keeps the population stable. Now, the deaths slow down. Births don't. Within decades, cities would start to swell. Not gradually, rapidly. Apartments become smaller. Jobs become rarer. Competition becomes brutal. Because now, you're not competing with one generation ahead of you. You're competing with everyone who has ever lived and survived. Promotion at work? Good luck. Your boss is 140 years old, perfectly healthy, and has no intention of leaving. Governments don't change either. Leaders don't retire. Revolutions become harder because the people in power never weaken. Then comes the first uncomfortable question. If no one ages, should everyone be allowed to have children? Some countries say yes. They don't last long. Others impose limits. 1 child per lifetime. Or licenses, or lotteries. Birth becomes a privilege, not a right. That's when life starts to feel very different. Death, once feared, becomes useful. Insurance companies adjust fast. So do militaries. Why send young people to fight when you can send soldiers who have been alive for 300 years and heal like they're 25? Wars don't stop. They just last longer. Prisons fill up too. What does a life sentence mean now? 50 years? 100? Forever? Eventually, society splits. The cautious, the reckless, the rich, who can afford safety, and the poor, who take risks because dying is the only way out of stagnation. Some people stop leaving their homes entirely. Others chase danger just to feel something. Extreme sports explode in popularity. So do cults. If you can't die from age, meaning becomes slippery. And then there's the last problem. Earth can support only so many humans. Resources run out. Ecosystems collapse. Not because people are evil, but because they don't leave. No room for the future when the past refuses to die. Eventually, humanity would be forced to choose. Not between life and death, but between who gets to live longer. So yes, humans would stop aging, and for a while, it would feel like a miracle. But in the end, death wasn't the enemy. It was the exit. Thank you for watching the video. Write in the comments what kind of ideas I can do next, and don't forget to like and follow.